Dami pa rin nagtatanong, bakit kayo magsasara? Obviously, hindi kayo nagbabasa ng Facebook. Kasi nandun naman yung paliwanag, okay? Tulad ng lahat ng bagay, kasama na yung mga relasyon, kasama na yung mga cafe, my end story and my creation story. So if you will just indulge me for a few minutes. Yung end story, this is part of the end story. Okay? Kumbaga, this is a short story or a novel. This is the period. Well, to make a long story short, ang mga detalye naman nasa Seb's Facebook page. Ito naman ay hindi commercial space. Ito ay nag-umpisa bilang bahagi ng, obviously, parking garage, bodega, at ibabalik na siya bilang bodega. Kailangan na ng building. There was a long court battle. Wala kaming kinalaman sa court battle na yun. Natalo yung building, so yung kinalalagyan ng kanyang equipment, kasama niya yung septic pump and genset, the big genset of the building, ay kailangan nang ibalik dito. So we accept it. And ano naman namin na, aside from the fact na walang forever, lalo na yung mga space na ganito, na hindi naman talaga siya commercial space. And I think that's what attracted a lot of people to this space. I mean, it has a certain charm. It attracted us to this space, aside from the fact that we just live upstairs. So napakadaling mag-supervise, no? Pero we can say that this is literally in the underground. So may ganong hipster vibe. But essentially, so, nakatanggap kami ng notice to vacate December 16, giving us until January 15 to vacate. So, baka may nagtatanong, bakit magsasara na kayo? Well, what's going to happen is the building will have to gut this place. Ibig sabihin, talagang gagawin siyang bodega. Lahat ng mga fixtures, lahat ng mga kitchen equipment, furniture, lahat yan, they all have to go. That's why my wife Ipat is conducting a silent auction in case you're interested in buying the chair you're sitting on. That's made out of Nara, by the way. Konting plug lang sa mga... Marami rito actually personal na possessions namin. Yung prayer flags, galing yan sa pamilya ni Kidlat Tahimik. Ito, ginawa ito rito. If you recall, yung mga artist na namatay doon sa Bontoc bus crash more than a year ago, they performed here. And they painted this. Yung nagpinta niyan ay wala na, so we don't want to give that up. Yung ibang bagay dito ay hiniram lang. Ibabalik yon. But there's other things that are on the list na they're for sale. Some of it's already been sold, but if you're interested, there's a list somewhere. So basically, yun ang end story. There's a creation story. Where do I start? The creation story is, una, hindi kami mga professional entrepreneurs, hindi kami mga negosyante, hindi kami naghahanap ng mga business. This place just opened up. It used to be a kind of restaurant for office workers. Nakita ka agad ng asawa ko yung potential ng lugar. My wife is a lawyer. She's an environmental lawyer, environmental advocate, public interest lawyer. Marami siyang mga ina-advocate na causes. Forest protection, indigenous people, sustainable agriculture, healthy food, breastfeeding, maraming bagay na ina-advocate niya. Sabi niya, nakita niya itong restaurant as a vehicle, as a place for providing a good example for all of these things. Kaya kung nagtataka kayo kung bakit walang soft drinks sa menu, kung bakit hindi kami nagsaserve ng white rice, puro brown rice lang, at organic yung mga gulay, etc., etc., no smoking. That's one of the reasons why. Hindi lang to isang negosyo. This is not just a business. It's a way of promoting causes and bringing people together. So, siya naman ang may pakana nito. Ako'y, hindi rin ako negosyante. Ako'y isang dokumentarista, storyteller, siklista. Kaya yung mga bisikleta na nakasabit sa labas, sa akin yan, hindi yan pang display lang. Nahihiram din yan ng mga kaibigan ko, sinasakyan ko siya araw-araw. So, hindi siya, okay, it's not going to be auction either. So, essentially, yung asawa ko kasi community organizer din. So, from the very start, hindi niya, ang tingin niya rito sa cafe ay hindi lang po isang physical space. This is not just something physical. It's something almost to her, and I don't want to over-romanticize it, pero para sa kanya, it's almost a spiritual place. No? Si Ipat ay isang community organizer, mahigit 2 dekada na nag-organize ng communities para maprotektahan ng kalikasan. She's one of those Don Quixotes or Doña Quixotes out there na gustong masagip yung planeta, and this is part of her effort. And but from the very beginning, I think she had a vision for this place. The vision was to create communities that revolve around the interests and passions that we share. And I think that's one reason why we're all here. We like to think na nagtagumpay yung kanyang vision. Ang Chefs ay isang komunidad ng mga like-minded souls, kindred spirits, hipsters. Imagine, I never imagined calling myself a hipster until Spot.ph said this is one of the top hipster places in Metro Manila. Dahil sa inyo, hindi dahil sa akin. I'm 54 years old. Okay. Yung community will continue. Kaya ayokong maging masyadong malungkot dahil mawawala ng physical space, pero meron tayong nasimulan dito na napaka-importante. But alam din ng Ipat, alam din namin na bawat komunidad, there has to be a glue. There has to be a glue. Hindi lang naman to kainan, hindi lang naman to beer garden, and obviously, and to your credit, to everyone's credit, in the 3 years that we've had this place, and so many different kinds of people have come here, drinking beer and with their friends, and different kinds of people interacting. Kahit minsan hindi kami nagkaroon ng trouble. Kahit minsan wala nag-away dito. I didn't even hear any words of anger the whole time. I think it's the kind of people it attracts. I mean, people who are into poetry are chill. Okay. So, siguro, dami nagtatanong, what's next? Will there be another place like this? Unang-una, it's going to be hard to find another place like this, aside from the hipster vibe. Because it's in a basement parking garage, napakamura ng upa rito. So we don't need to charge high prices for food or for drink. Kasi ang mura ng rent namin dito. In fact, na-realize ng building, they were actually thinking of raising the rents very soon, bago kami na-evict. Iisip nilang taasan yung upa. So, hindi siya talaga, I don't think it was really meant to last a long time. But, pero hindi namin decision yon, no? Decision nga ng building yan. Pero, sobra kami natutuwa sa lahat ng mga naganap dito, nakilala siya. Dahil sa poetry, pero yung mga matagal na pupunta rito, we've had experimental theater here, we've had songwriters night, we've had comedy night, we've had cinema nights. And cinema, hindi yung mga Hollywood, yung mga indie films, nagka-cast party sila rito. We've had photography shows, we've had performance art, we've even had speed dating. both, both straight and LGBT. We've had ballroom dancing, I mean, all kinds of things. So, I think na realize din, lalo na ni Ipat, na you can't really have a community unless you have a glue. And yung glue na yon ay creativity. You have to create, and I think that's what people also realize. This is a place where you can create. This is a place where you can share your creation. Kasi sa totoo lang, I'm also in a creative field. Ako'y grade 5 pa lang po ako, nagsusulat na rin ako. Nagsusulat din ako ng mga short stories. Ako, karamihan na sinusulat ngayon, scripts. So that's my primary identity as a writer, and I'm also a filmmaker. So my wife has written plays, she's acted in plays, so we're both in the creative field. So pareho naming alam na creation is also a very lonely process. Alam naman natin lahat yan, di ba? Lahat ng gumagawa ng kanta, gumagawa ng mga tula, plays, stories, nobela, jokes. It's a lonely process. But at the end of that lonely process, gusto mong i-share. So, yan ang siguro na isang naintindihan namin ng Ipat. That's why yung audience dito ay, there's always audience participation. We don't want the audience to just sit there drinking beer and listening. There's always an opportunity for open mic and audience participation. The other insight that we realized habang ginagawa namin ito is, you know, we have a very small family, one child, and we realized Ipat and I are old enough to be parents of most of you. Kaya ang tingin namin, dumami yung mga anak namin. So that's how we feel about this place. It's really a family. You're an extension of our family. This place, you know, we live just upstairs. Kaya this space is an extension of our home. Many of our possessions at home were moved here. Yung mga ibang nakikita nyo dyan na nakasabit sa dingding ay nakasabit dati sa aming tahanan. So it's really an extent. Obviously, there's no rhyme or reason to the design in this place. No, there's walang interior designer na punta rito. Ito dapat nandito. May mga artist friends kami. Gusto kong maglagay ng art dyan, tulad ng those naked ladies up there. Pinahiram lang yan. I don't know kung i-auction yan, pero ayun, pinahiram yan. It's been there for a long time. So yung mga kaibigan lang namin na gusto magsabit ng art, they were very welcome to do so. So, yung isang nasimulan namin natin lahat dito, yung community nga. Pero the whole process of creation, yung may nagsabi nga, this is a new art industry model na I don't know what that person really meant. Pero siguro kanyang-kanyang interpretation na kung ano yung mapupulot nyo rito. So, we like to think there are some things that are gonna last a lot longer than this physical space. And yun ang energy, yun ang lahat ng mga shinare dito, yung mga the poems, lahat yan magtatagal, yung mga salita, the stories, they will all be there. It's your contribution to the world. I mean, the universe rather. Part of the universe. Yung mga lahat ng creation niya, part of the universe. Okay, I just want to leave you with this final thought, no? I mean, may kasabihan nga na you know, ang daming conflicts sa mundo, di ba? Ang daming conflicts sa mundo, all kinds of conflicts, right? I'm a journalist also, so I know this very well. This morning we were covering conflicts in Mindanao every day. Kahit sa Manila, there's a lot of violence and conflict. So, yung isang piece of wisdom that we've all received from a well-known play na kinakanta rin dito ay yung the opposite of war is not peace, diba? It's creation. So maraming salamat sa inyong pagpupunta rito, inyong pagmamahal. And we shall see each other again kasi di lang ang Seb's Café ay hindi na isang physical space, hindi lang isang restaurant. Isa siyang spirit, isa siyang culture, isa siyang community. There are many communities, whatever art that you're into. So magkikita ulit tayo. Thank you very much. And may the force be with you.
Yeah!